Tristan, a cooking instructor here at Hipcooks, and today I'm going to show you how to knead dough. There are a couple great techniques that I can help you with to make the job a little easier. Not that it's a challenge, but there are some tricks to make it really simple. To demonstrate how to knead, I'll be using a batch of sweet potato dough from Vegetarian Times sweet potato and pecan cinnamon buns. The first step in kneading is to take a bit of flour and dust your board. There's a key part to kneading, and that is to not include all of the flour that the recipe asks for in your first mixing of the ingredients. If you do that, you'll end up with really dry bread. So hold off to the side about 1/3 of a cup or 1/2 a cup for the flouring and the initial kneading of your dough. Once your board is floured, you can turn your dough out onto the floured surface and then sprinkle the top with a little bit more flour. All right, now that your dough is floured, it's time to give it its initial push to let out any air. We've got little corners out here. Start to fold those in and give it another push down. So this will allow the dough to absorb a little bit of the flour. It's still a little bit sticky. So what I'll do is let it rest off to the side for about 4 to 5 minutes to allow the flour to absorb that last bit of moisture, and then we'll continue kneading. Now we're ready for round 2, and this is where you can get your muscles into it. What I want to do is bring the dough in front of me to a comfortable place. I'm going to give it a good press down with the heel of my hand. And think about using your body weight as you dig the heel into the dough. If you just sit here and use your arm, you'll get really tired. So push down into the dough and fold it back, give it a 1/4 turn and push again. And this is the kneading process that's establishing and building the gluten and the proteins in your dough, which will make your dough nice and elastic and then result in a fluffy bread. Kneading can take anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes depending on the density of the dough. Okay, this is what your finished dough should look like. It's nice and smooth and slightly denty. I like to think of it as feeling like your earlobe. So feel your earlobe, feel your dough, and if it feels like that, it's good and done. Once the dough has been kneaded, it's ready to place into a floured or greased bowl for rising. So from there, just follow the rest of the recipe for directions for rising time, shaping, and baking. Want to try your hand at kneading real homemade dough? Check out the recipes for sourdough sandwich loaf, sweet potato and pecan cinnamon buns, and pull apart wheat germ and honey dinner rolls on vegetariantimes.com.